Hello and welcome to the Metal Cell podcast. I'm delighted to welcome Hornets here. I've got the two Andys and the two Richs.
That's right.
How are you, lads?
Yeah, good.
Good, buddy. Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's great, man. How did last night go for you?
Fun. Good. Yeah,
well, it was fun.
The best one of the three so far.
It was brilliant. Nice atmosphere in Fibbers, you know.
Yeah.
Free in, lots of people. Played there a bunch of times before. That was probably our best trip to Dublin we've had so far. So yeah,
really,
nothing but good things to say. Yeah,
and the lineup is great as well. Like you got
on with the sound man. Personally, that's just good. Makes a change.
I got told off by the sound man when we started our set. He shouted at me. He's like, "Do you think this is Wembley, mate? You can turn that guitar down, or you can explicit off the stage."
Really?
Absolutely.
That was at the start.
Yeah, so that was the start of our set. So we had to stop our set, turn the guitar down, and restart the set. Yeah.
But of course, as soon as the
After
set
that,
starts, Andy would just turn it back up again, and can't hear the sound man. Then I can't hear. It's too
I
loud.
hope that sound man's listening to this set or this podcast.
And like kind of with all my organisation today, I actually forgot my earplugs for tonight. Like of all nights,
I got spares.
I'll spot you, man. We have a big bag of them.
Have you really?
We come
Absolutely.
prepared for things like
That's
that.
great, man.
We have
Thank
a few wags that turn up sometimes, and they don't like
Wags.
They don't like hearing it. My wife comes sometimes, and she doesn't want to hear any of it.
She also doesn't
look or hear
appreciate being called a wag.
She's not gonna. Yeah.
Do you know? I don't know. Do you know or not? Like you've a huge support down in Cork, for Hornets, like for the band. Like, are you aware of that? Yeah.
Fantastic.
We'll find out tonight. That'd be good.
Cork is probably, well, personally, I don't speak for everybody, but it's my favourite place to play in Ireland. I love coming down to Cork.
We haven't done a bad show.
I love the
here.
guys in Baylor. I love the venues. I love the people. I love the city. It's our second home.
Yeah, that's great, man.
I love it so much. And there's so much enthusiasm for music and just passion for the scene down here, you know.
You look out when you're playing and people are really enjoying everything. It doesn't matter if they've never heard you or if they're waiting for another band. They're just there. Everyone's having a good time from the start. That's like, it boosts you. You then want to start going good.
Did you get down here before, Andy?
I have just joined Hornets. So,
I know, but in your other band,
I have been down with 7.5 tons of beer.
That's right. Yeah,
we played in the
with us.
print workshop with these guys. Actually, Sorry. That was a while ago.
Yeah,
maybe
5 years ago, longer
More?
than that. 4 years, maybe.
Wow, it's amazing.
Yeah. The laziest band in Ireland.
Because the last podcast I did was with Jack out of Carosa and Evan out of Worn Out, and we were sitting down just facing off each other, and we were just starting the podcast, you know, and I was telling them that I was interviewing you, you know, and the two boys just opened the shirts, and the two of them were wearing Hornets.
Definitely.
That's class.
Appreciate
We'll have to get
it.
some worn out ones tonight, I think, and start repping those.
So, like, I just want to go back, if you don't mind, and we kind of just work our way forward. Rick, you were with Panama Kings.
Yes, many years ago.
Yeah, and Andy then was with, is the Team Fresh?
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I played guitar for a hip-hop band called Team Fresh.
Cool.
Again, many moons ago. It's been a while, yeah. And Hornets has been our premier act ever since.
Yeah, so how did the two of you combine to form Hornets, we'll say?
So we actually lived together at the time, you know, and it started off as just something fun to do, you know. I think we had always had an appreciation for heavy music.
Right.
Like my very first band I started when I was 16 years old was like a thrash metal cover band, so I've always been into like the heavier side of things, you know. But yeah, it was just like we just came up with an idea. No preconceived notion of, you know, wanting to gig or anything. We just went to a practice room and just wrote a few songs to have fun, and it was a very natural development, you know. Yeah, we've taken it from there. And
your first gig then was in the Queen's Student Union. Have you any memories of that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I remember absolutely bricking it, like. Very nerve-wracking, you know, but very exciting as well, you know. We worked super hard. We took it very seriously from the very first show. We were rehearsing maybe, I think, what was it, like 3 or 4 times a week for at least 2 months before our first show. So
I think it was Slomatics you were supporting, was it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Jesus,
it was Slomatics and another band called Axes of. Yeah, great bunch of lads.
Incidentally, I played drums with Axes of for a while as well.
Okay, there's connections there already.
He has his
that's
fingers
pretty cool.
in all pies.
So then, kind of, you just got a bit of momentum. Then you were happy with what you were with the feedback and stuff, and
absolutely, man. We were just having a blast doing it. This band has taken us to some great places around Ireland that I feel we maybe wouldn't have had the chance to go to if it hadn't have been for the band. We've been to Limerick, Cork, Galway, Waterford, North Coast, Portrush, Belfast, all over the place. So.
Like, I mean, in fairness, Northern Ireland bands, like, you do, hats off, man. You do tour a fair bit, like, you get it. You get across the UK as well, yeah.
We've done one stint in the UK, which was phenomenal. I've never done anything like that with any other band. So you got to live the life. You got to sleep in the back of a van. You got to sort of live out at petrol stations for a while. We played 2 shows in one day, actually. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What are your memories of releasing your first EP then, Truth? It was recorded with Rocky, wasn't it?
It was Rocky mixed it, yeah. So actually, I had been speaking previously that we had lived together. We recorded that just in our gaff at the time. We set up drums in the living room. We recorded bass in the bedroom, guitar in the bedroom, vocals in the house, and then we sent all that stuff to Rocky to mix, So yeah, we've always sort of had this DIY ethos attached to what we've done. It's always been very much like up the DIY punks. So yeah, that was a lot of fun to do it ourselves.
And then the first video then was Truth. Patrick, was it Mac? What's it called?
Patrick McElwee. Shout out to my homeboy.
Were you in a band with him?
I actually played in an instrumental band called The Cities We Captured.
Okay.
With him, that was a long time ago. Totally, yeah. Funny enough, we made the connection with. We played a show with the bass player from Baylor in our previous band. We had bumped into each other before, yeah. So, cool. Yeah, the scene it's just interlaced. It's like a big old rock family in Northern Ireland/Ireland. It's pretty cool.
So he did actually a few videos with you.
He Patrick, did, yeah. He's quite a videographer, He's great at edit and all that stuff as well,
Yeah, it's great to kind of meet a guy like that and then kind of have a connection, and then also that he'll help you out with videos as well, like.
Absolutely. I think it's very important to feel comfortable with somebody that you're trying to make a video with, Like that first video, it was sort of like a compilation of live footage and just us guys hanging out and having fun and messing about, But we've done some other videos with him that were sort of, scripted and had a storyline, and you can feel quite self-conscious doing that sometimes. So it's important that, you're not aware that the guy shooting the video, is watching you. We've known him for a lot longer than the capacity of the band, so you can sort of relax. It worked well.
So then, Rich, then you came into the picture there because you did the artwork for, was it Faith? Was it?
No Faith, yeah.
How did you know the lads?
Well, I'd met Andy briefly, and Craig, our bass player, through the tattoo studio, I think, wasn't it?
Okay.
We all get tattoos at the same place, Skullduggery in Belfast, so shout out to Helen there. And they'd seen my artwork in there, so they asked me to do a cover for them. So I was doing that, got to know them, we ended up just hanging out and going to their shows. And then I really wanted to play guitar. I've always wanted to play guitar, so obviously Andy's a great guitar player, so I was like, you've got to teach me. Randy's house, had my first lesson.
Right.
He's like, come and play with the band in the room and get a feel for it with the drums and everything, So I turn up with my crappy guitar and plug it in with my little amp and get halfway through a song I'm playing it, and they go, listen, just play around with the mic for a little bit, play around with the mic. And they were like, I was like, no, I want to learn guitar, man. Yeah. He's like, no, just do a bit of this chorus. And then I think a week later we come back again, and they're like, don't worry about the guitar, just do some singing, just do that. I have no idea what I was doing. I wanted to play guitar, do it anyway. And then they said, we've got so Sib's left, do you want to do the vocals? I was like, no. And they said, well, think about it, because we've got a tour coming up, we've got a few dates lined up, we'd like to you to do them.
You've never done vocals before?
I never done anything in the band.
That's incredible.
And then so I said no, because I didn't want to do that. And then they put a picture up and said, I'm in the band and we're going to go on tour and we do these shows with 7.5 tons of beard, and I got to write some new songs and learn the old ones, so I did that.
What a great call, though.
Yeah, I was in under false pretenses.
I didn't like my own voice. I didn't like anything to do with the thing.
Okay.
And I didn't know what to do. I try hold the mic this way or do that move. So they just said, do whatever you want, and that's why it looks a bit weird sometimes. I just 100% every time, and that's really the way we do it.
Exactly.
And we actually, the first set of shows supporting 7.5 Tons of Beard with Andy here on the drums, and I just got absolutely smashed. I was so nervous. I was at Desperados, just the Gila mix.
Yep.
Just had to have them on me at all times just in case. And then when I realised how fun it was and fulfilling, the drink level went down.
Yeah, it was just something to talk about actually. Do a lot of you kind of have drinks before you go on stage? Are you comfortable in your own skins now that you don't kind of use it as a crutch, if you don't mind me saying?
I went from needing to be drunk because I was so nervous to now I don't really even have to drink. I just drink. I enjoy a pint beforehand. Loosens the joints a little bit.
Yeah.
But last time we played a little tour, I was really ill. So I didn't drink the whole time, and I realised that I didn't need it at all.
Yeah.
And you're better without it because you remember the shows, you're more aware of it. Yeah. You just need the music. You don't need it.
Yeah. As a fan, I have to remember that. There's so many shows
you really
I can't
enjoy it.
remember.
Absolutely.
Saying that tonight, so we're going to have a pie. So.
Yeah, well, definitely. I'm going to have a few pints as well, man. And what gig was it there? You were just telling me before we came on that you had a shitload of food to eat before you came on stage. Was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
That's worth telling, yeah.
Absolutely. We were down in Dublin, and we were at Fibbers, and we got down, and the sound man wasn't there. Nobody was to be seen, so we assumed that everything was going to be running a little bit behind. Yeah. So we took ourselves off to this sweet sort of ramen place,
which was lovely.
These absolutely massive bowls of grub. Noshed them in us, and we were sitting there having a couple of beers, and we decided it's probably time to go back to the venue and see if the soundman's arrived yet. So we walked in the door of the venue to see the band before us in the bill, taking all their equipment off stage after playing their gig. So absolutely bursting. We had to get up on stage, set up in 10 minutes, and rock out with full bellies.
Jesus,
but thankfully nobody threw up.
I think the way we play though. You go up there, you might have nerves, you might have whatever, but as soon as the first note starts, you just switch into a different mode. Yeah. So even if you are busting for the toilet, nothing matters for the whole set. And then the moment you say thanks a lot, you're running. That's it. It all comes back.
When you joined then, Rich, you went on tour then. It was a full year of touring, was it? And were you writing as well? That was when was that? It was probably 2015, I'd say. Yeah.
We did as many shows as I think we could get. We did a lot more practicing than shows.
Okay.
Just iron out everything, and we were writing obviously all at the same time. So it was the best way to do it. It just crushed any doubts. Yeah. And I needed to know that I wasn't. Sib was such a good frontman in my eyes. I needed to know I wasn't maybe bringing the band down a notch. But I wanted to bring my own thing to it. I didn't want to be him, so it was trusting their opinion of me, and then
there's one song that I have to ask you about. It's Zin versus Tull.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Who came up with the lyrics? That's you.
I do all the lyrics. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Where are you going with this one? I was looking at it they both met and worked with the Dalai Lama.
Yeah,
I know that.
John Kabat-Zinn and Eckhart Tolle. I was going through a big period of really getting into mindfulness. My wife introduced me to a lot of that, and they it's nothing. The verses of it isn't really. I just don't. I like John Kabat-Zinn. He was my man. I listened to, and I couldn't stand Eckhart Tolle. And it's changed since then. And she would listen to a lot of his, but it's actually
was
it's quite a positive song.
Was Zinn the guy that worked with Oprah?
Could be. Yeah. Don't know. I think
that's how he became really massive.
They got cool names though. They're really unusual names, and it's just
it is out there.
It was actually the song's actually quite positive, which is unusual for us. It was quite a nice one. So.
And again, we all agree here, Rich's artwork is something special. Isn't
thanks
it?
a lot.
It's absolutely phenomenal.
Correct. Shout out to your Deadly Friendly, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's Deadly Friendly is Instagram, but yeah.
Did you just literally? You're obviously self-taught.
I studied illustration at university, and I would not. I've seen the work that I did.
Yeah,
it wasn't great. I did a lot of collage stuff, and I experimented a hell of a lot. And as I finished uni, working normal jobs and that, I just picked up the ink pen, and that's where I decided just to do what I wanted. I just stopped trying to worry about what am I going to sell or how is that going to. I just drawing constantly, and it became so therapeutic. The more you do it, the better you get, and it just hours just get lost.
Kind of when the lads come to you with songs, does that shape then your artwork?
It can do, or vice versa. I can have I can have artwork that makes me want to write a song, or the other way around. So the lyrics can affect what I draw, or I already have something in mind. But it's easy to get lost in like the darkness when Andy brings a new riff, or you're jamming or something like that. You get inspiration from that pretty well. So
just talk about the Threads one. That was with Craig. The video.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Threads one, yeah.
But has he kind of is he working in that medium now a lot?
No, I don't. As far as I know, no. That was the first time we just wanted to do it ourselves.
Yeah.
And we found, me and Craig found that he got a couple of locations, and I went with him on a few of them around Belfast. There's a place called Shoresbridge.
Okay.
And it has that really nice long pine trees, and it looks dead from the ground up, but it's beautiful at the top. And he had some few concept ideas, and I had a few like the bag over the head is me. It's my head, and you're breathing in.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I thought it was
we did a lot, very, very low budget. With his phone, up his driveway and things like that. And we just playing around. But he spent a lot of time editing. Yeah. And I don't think he would want to do it again. I don't know. But that was
a really cool video.
I think it comes back to that, up the punks D.I.Y. ethos. We try to do what we can ourselves.
Yes. Yeah.
And if you can give it a go, you might as well. It might not work out, but if it does, you got a whole video there.
Yeah, and so then kind of Witch Hunt that featured in Crypt of the Rift Volume 1. That was a great gig, wasn't it? Were you involved in that, Andy? Were you?
I can't remember.
Which one was that? The Crypt and
he's involved in that much, like it's hard to keep track of.
The video for Witch Hunt was it?
It was in Bar Sub in Belfast. The actual. There was a few bands came up as well. Zahora, Two Tales of Woe.
Yeah, that's right. That was the first
Andy
ever
from Molar Bear as well.
Yep, absolutely.
Great band.
Yeah,
great bunch of lads.
Gent, actually. Met
fantastic
Andy,
song names.
Yeah. Elder Jude. So I think that compilation was released, and your song Witch Hunt was on it then. Did that come out before the album? Can you remember?
I can't remember. I think.
I would imagine it probably dropped after the album was out.
The video was before, which was us live. It's a compilation of live footage.
Yes, that's right.
And some of it is of that gig. But I don't think their compilation of the Crypt of the Rift came out till after the album, as far as I remember.
Yeah, and who produced that album? Can you remember? Or where did you go about? Was it Rocky as well?
So for our album, yeah. So it was recorded in Start Together Studios in Belfast.
Yeah.
Rocky mixed it all, and then we sent it off to Brad?
Brad,
Brad. Yeah. He's Audio Siege, I think.
You can trust him with anything.
He's done some work on like one of my favourite bands, a band called Baptist. So I think that's how we sort of came across him.
Cool. So
I think he's put his hand to a lot of good stuff.
Yeah,
so he's very trustworthy.
We're really happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like he came down and played the Siege then.
Love the
Siege.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah.
We're actually
done it
harassing
twice.
people to try and get on the bill for the Siege here next year with Full of Hell. Yeah.
Full of Hell.
Yeah.
Totally.
I think we played the Siege twice. First time was the first time I went on tour, so that was the Nerves one. I'm very drunk, don't remember too much of it. Last time played it, I was very ill, but it was probably one of the best performances we've done. It was like all or nothing. It was our last show. I was not so unwell, and just went 100% as hard as you could, and it was just the best. And that place, when it's packed, which it always is when you put the Siege on, even with the 2 stages or 3 stages I think they've got, and you can't miss one. You just go up and down, you're walking around, the whole place is ready to go, and you always bump into people that you didn't know were there, and you don't know, what are you doing here? It's like, it's the Siege, of course we're here. It's like everyone's here.
It's a great venue, man. It's a great festival. Long may it continue, So kind of new songs, lads. Are you working on them?
Yep.
Got a bunch of them,
That's great news to hear.
Got two on the set at the moment. 2 new ones we're playing.
So I'll see 2 tonight,
Yeah, opening with a new one, and then there's one later on.
You're opening with the new one. Nice one. Yeah.
And then we're just writing, We're pretty much writing for album number 2.
So that's the plan for the start of 2020, I guess, is just lock ourselves in a room and just come up with some crazy new ideas,
Okay.
Andy's played a really great part in like sort of shaping how a lot of these new songs are going to sound. He's cool. He brings his own thing. He's got
bass
fantastic bass sounds. He's got all sorts of.
I've never seen so many wires.
He's so quiet, like you're
I know, right?
not when he's telling you
2
off.
bass amps.
When he's kicking you on stage for getting in the way and stuff.
So. Correct me if I'm wrong, Andy, but when you joined the band, did you own any bass equipment at all?
That is negative.
So
really,
each week he would turn up to practice with like a new bass or like 3 new pedals on his board.
I saw the glass bass.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's new.
Fucking hell, that's sweet.
Yeah.
He turned up and his corner of the room was empty at the start, and it gradually started filling. Now it's the biggest thing that I don't know if you can even turn it all on at the same time. You won't hear anything. It just grew and grew and grew over a couple of months.
Andy's one of those tech freaks. So yeah,
and then the wires just grow out like a snake's everywhere, and you plug this in. I just have a mic, and it's still hard to get to grips with it.
I bought a bass amp, and because I couldn't not, it was amazing. And then I bought a cab and another cab, and then I found another one that was from 1975, like an original acoustics cab, and the whole thing is just a big, massive bass now.
Yeah,
it's good, and it sounds so good to stand in front of. It shakes your trousers. It's awesome.
Definitely.
And do you want to, like, Andy? Do you want to tell us then as well? You're involved in the Voodoo as well in Belfast, yeah?
Yeah, I'm, I guess, the in-house engineer now in Voodoo. Yeah,
and I love your videos as well on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel that I try and cover every band that comes through, or give them the opportunity to do a video anyway. I have an iPhone kind of setup with an iPad. I have 4 different angles, and I'm able to cut like a live video with the live audio.
Okay.
And I also have crowd mics, so it sounds like the gig, and you can hear the crowd cheering and shouting, and usually
we benefit a lot from getting him on board. As you can hear, there's a lot of stuff he's brought to the table. So.
Well, like, you know, your work is important as well because it documents the scene.
Yeah.
You know, a very important scene for all of us, you know. So, you know, and how will people find your stuff? It's on YouTube under what?
I have an Instagram called Beard Noise.
Okay.
So at Beard Noise, and I put up a clip from the gig, and then there'll be a link to my YouTube channel where I put up a full song, and then I've been giving the band the opportunity to have the whole set as well if they want.
Yeah, so it's great having a guy like Andy in the band as well. You've got an artist and you've got a video guy as well, man.
Fantastic. Myself and Richard need to step our game up here. We need to bring something more to the table here.
I think you brought a beer that time, and you brought us all a beer
I drive.
Yeah, driver and TM.
The driver's handy, man. So what kind of music are you listening to at the moment, lads? Are you soaking up any good influences? Are you all old school?
We're all
like
different. I think we have common ground, but we all sort of do our own little ways, and I think that's why it's quite good to bring something different to it.
Yeah, I've been rocking that new band Loathe that came out.
Okay, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I love it.
So at the minute, I guess my big 3 would be probably Gojira.
Yeah, legendary.
Baroness. Okay. And my all-time favourite band, Russian Circles.
Russian Circles, yeah, they played Belfast. Did you get in on that support bill, Russian Circles, when they played?
We didn't get in on the support, but they have not come to this island, and I have not went to see them every time they're here. I'm over, man. I've like travelled over to London and seen them a bunch of times, man. They came
as close as they came was to us was Galway, I think. Which is strange, but I was hoping they get further down.
Sure.
You know,
they're definitely worth checking out if you get the chance live.
Yeah. As a drummer, Rich, what are you listening to at the moment?
At the minute, we were listening to in a van earlier, a band called D.I.Y.
What are they called?
D.I.Y.
Okay, never heard of them.
So you should check them out. Like they're amazing. It's kind of like
what kind of style?
Gritty Converge 3-piece.
Okay, cool.
It's really cool. Yeah. One of my favourite bands is probably the Bronx as well, which obviously Andy tours with all the time, like, you know, so
that's nice. Yeah,
that's probably my main influences at the minute.
So kind of with the new songs, are you kind of going further away from the Hornet sound? Are you happy enough to kind of stay within your confines? It's always a kind of a question.
It's hard to say because a lot of it happens while we're playing in the room.
Yeah.
So you like Andy and Rick will have a structure and like a skeleton, but then it just depends on each song. We used to have like a blackboard where we write things that we definitely want to try out.
Okay.
You know, having a new member and everything, you just sort of see how it goes.
Yeah.
It's maybe got a bit slower. This opening track is definitely slower.
Yeah.
The other one is
a wee bit more groovy as well. Like.
Yeah.
But I think like the new album's gonna take probably a weird turn. We were kind of discussing earlier, like of what we want to try and achieve with it, but.
We want to. It's nice to do something that almost scares you a little bit when you're like, it might not work. But if you don't try it, you'll regret it. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, like, and if you've got a really solid fan base anyway. So and especially down here as well, which you'll see tonight.
That's awesome.
So lads, thanks a million for coming on the show. Much appreciated.
Well, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, and can't wait to see you tonight. And make sure you drink Beamish for the night.
No Guinness.
So you've been listening to Richie at the Metal Cell podcast, live at the Bodega. And as I said, it was a pleasure talking to Hornets. Cheers, lads.
Thanks very much. Cheers.